Alright, welcome back to another episode. What an eventful morning, and it's only 6:10.
Yeah, we're here at Inskip Point, already been bogged, and we're going across to Fraser Island, mate.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for the barge. Should be a 10-minute trip across, and then we'll be on our way, mate, up the island, up the east coast today.
Yep.
We'll go from there. Alright.
Okay, so we've arrived on Fraser Island probably about 5 minutes ago, and we're just making our way around the point. We're about halfway between low and high tide, so the tide is coming in, so we want to try and get as far up the beach as we can, as we believe it's quite a high tide today. So what do you reckon so far?
It's good. We're gunning it around this point, mate, trying not to get bogged because the beach is rapidly disappearing.
Yes.
And trying to go at a speed where we don't get bogged but not too fast that we do a bead on one of the tyres. So, yeah. But it's good to be on Fraser Island.
Yeah.
The softest part definitely so far is Inskip Point.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are currently running 16 psi in the front of the car, 18 in the rear of the car, and 22 in the van, and the tyres are like bagged out. So the car looks like I've got like 12 psi in it all round. So that's kind of how bulged my tyres are, but I'm prepared to let them down even more if we have to. So, but yeah, anyway, well,
yeah.
Mate, beach is disappearing.
All right.
Look at this.
Shots with me. I'm traveling fast, I'm clean. I've roamed this land, one man done conquered it all. And it stings, but let me say, you'll thank me yet one day. It's a price that we all must pay. Got food, got school, train up and take a walk. No time to talk. This is a final warning. I'm just saying, I'm not playing. Take a walk. No time to you've got a long way ahead. You better hear what I say and take a walk. No time to talk. This is a final warning. I'm just saying, I'm not playing. Take a walk. No time to talk. You've got a long way ahead.
Well, mate, we finally made it here to Camping Zone 6. This is Ugari Beach camp zone, and the van's there and the beach is there, mate, so that's pretty good. So we're only here for one night at the moment. We have booked 4 nights on the west coast of Fraser, but we're really not sure if we can get a caravan across to the west coast. I've done countless amounts of research and it's very hard to find out if people tow across the island. So our plan for today, being about 9 o'clock in the morning, we're going to go for a drive to the west coast and back, and that could be anywhere up to 4 hours just to have a look at this track. So we're going to do that and then hopefully be back here for some lunch, and then we'll enjoy the beach, mate, this afternoon. So, but anyway, it's very nice. So, yeah, caravan and beach, mate. So not too bad. Anyway, we're going to get on the road and get across the island and have a look at this track and work out if we can come across. It's my main concern will just be clearance with trees and things with our caravan. So, all right, ready to go?
Ready to go, mate. Thank you.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's do it. So, when did we get here? Like, been here for about half an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
So it took us
2 hours?
2 hours to come up. So this campground here is just south of the Cathedral Beach, like store and stuff. So we'll probably duck up there and have a look at that as well at some point.
Yep.
But first things first, we're going to get across this island.
Let's do it.
Alright, here we go.
Sorry, across too early.
Well, we made it to Warralee on the western side, and I'm not going to show you because I think we might be able to get the van here. So we'll show you that tomorrow. But yeah, the track seems wide enough at most points. There's just a couple of spots which we're going to double check on the way back, and we will probably stop at a couple of the points of interest as well when we travel back. So there's Lake Alom and 1 or 2 lookouts on the road that we passed on the way here, so we'll stop at them on the way back and show you some of that stuff through the centre of the island. And yeah, we'll save this west coast for tomorrow, but mate, I tell you what, it is pretty specky, so there may be hope that we can get a full-size caravan across to the west coast.
After everyone we spoke to said, nah.
Yeah, so we'll do it anyway, right? Okay. Well, yeah, we're here, and I'm reasonably confident that we can get the van across, so that's good. All right, we'll get back and we'll see you at Lake Alom.
Alright, so we've just come up to Lake Alom, and we're just going to walk down to the lake and have a look at that. And it's beautiful, like rainforest kind of vibes, hey?
Yeah, it's good. Very
So
nice.
it's really pretty.
Especially when it's all sandy and shrubby before, and then it's just poof.
Yeah, rainforest.
But it's still sand.
Yeah, there's sand everywhere. So,
Yeah, that's right.
we have come a bit further down the track and we're a bit closer to where we're camping for the night. And this is called Knife Blade Sand Blow. Look out.
Yeah, go have a look at, eh?
Alright, so the next stop on our way back to camp is the Pinnacles. So this is not the WA Pinnacles, this is the Fraser Island Pinnacles. So here we go.
It's like cool coloured sand, eh?
Yeah.
All stacked together and crushed, almost like a limestone, but or sandstone, eh?
Alright, so after our morning of exploring, we're back at camp. We're going to go fishing now, see how we go.
See if there's anything just in the surf, so
Yeah.
try a couple of different rigs and
Yeah, see what happens.
kill an hour, mate.
Yeah. If we catch anything, we'll show you.
If not, we'll see you tomorrow when we try and take the van across to the west side.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, it's another day. We didn't get any fish, unfortunately, and now it's time to head across to the west coast. So when we did the drive yesterday and we were having a look at the track conditions, most of the track actually seemed pretty reasonable. It's wide enough and hard enough. There's just a couple of sections where we're sort of concerned about. Through the interior, when we hit the rainforest area, which is around Lake Alom, there's points where it does really narrow and there's some big trees right on the edge of the track. So just gonna have to be careful as we take the van past it, that we don't, the van doesn't lean over or hit a root or whatever and we like wipe out an awning. And there's a couple of deep cuttings through there, so probably get a couple of pinstripes, but it's all part of the adventure, right? But the most difficult part I actually think is going to probably be just getting off the eastern beach. The run up, the track's quite worn, and towards the top of the dune that we've got to get up, the old track has sort of been worn away, and it used to be protected by timber planking, but now like the track's to the side of it and there's quite a deep rut and it's a bit of an S sort of kick. So we've just got to watch out for that section, and yeah, just try and power through this soft sand. So it feels pretty soft. You would have seen probably the run up that we did yesterday just with the car only. We had to hit it with a little bit of speed, so hopefully we can get the van up, because I think that's probably going to be the number one thing that'll stop us from getting to the west coast, is whether we can have enough of momentum to be able to actually get up over this dune. So anyway, we'll give it a go, and even if we fail, this was our attempt to get to the west coast, mate. So yeah, let's get going. Well mate, getting off this beach is harder than I thought, although I did think that this would be the hardest bit, and namely because there's a big bit of timber which used to be part of a dune, I suppose, preservation part, so that cars could drive over it. Well, it's all rotted and now there's a big ditch to the side of it, so we just got caught up on the edge of the timber decking. Anyway, we've just been digging and filled in the ditch, and I put my Max trucks across it. So hopefully, ooh, I'm hot. Hopefully we'll be able to get it up this time. We won't get caught in the ditch. It'll just be a flat piece of dirt. But yeah, it's just this edge right here. And it was quite a deep hole right at the end, and of course the track narrows, so we got caught up on this last leading edge, so hopefully we'll be all right now. All right,
Here we go. Yay! Alright, let's pick up these Max tracks and hit the road.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Half an hour to get up that. Oh well, got the job done. Alright, go back, get the Max tracks, and then we'll hit this track. Rest of it hopefully won't be too bad.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of this fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try.
Alright, so we just come up to this section, which at the bottom is where you turn off to go to a Wynyard Creek. So it's a keep left section, but we drove it yesterday and the left hand side is actually a little sketchy, so we want to go down the right hand side, which we shouldn't do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down and I am going to call Josh through on the radio, make sure it's clear, because it's keep left, people will actually adhere to the road rules. So I'm just going to run down here as quick as I can and call him through, providing there's no one coming up. Right, are you clear?
Okay, coming down. That's so much easier coming down that way than that other track.
Right.
Alright, let's go.
We're just coming past a lovely freshwater inland lake, which really breaks up the trees, which is nice.
It's good. About 6 k's from the west coast as well. So when you hit that nice inland lake, 6 k's to go, mate.
We're almost there. Coming to the end. Yay. It's just this last really tight section. And then we're on the beach basically. So yeah, it's a bit tight. We successfully got our caravan to the western side of Fraser. Woohoo! And here's the ocean.
Well, just like that, we are set up at Warrelly Creek. It took us 2.5 hours to get across from the east to the west, which included the half an hour of digging. And we've got here just in time because, mate, it is raining. Like, there is, the rain's coming in. So as soon as the rain is done, we'll put up the drone, mate, and show you Warrelly. So the only thing we did damage something on the way over, and it was our poor step, mate, when we got stuck on that ledge. So, but it's all right. We were due for another one anyway, weren't we, Jackie?
Yeah, the gib damaged it anyway.
Yeah, the gib had peppered most of it, but we just bent a couple of brackets. So, as you can see, she's a bit sideways.
Doesn't pull out.
Yeah, it doesn't pull out, but anyway, that's fine. We can get in and out of our van without it. And we'll replace it when we get to Brizzy, mate, which will probably be in a week or so as soon as we get off Fraser. So yeah, happy days, we're here, and this is our outlook, mate. Very nice. All right, well, we're just gonna relax now. 4 days of this, hopefully it clears up. And we'll have a fish, mate. Life is good. What do you reckon, Jackie? Happy with this spot?
Very happy with this spot. Yeah, very happy.
Well, mate, our first day here on the west coast is over, and we're about to watch the sun go down. So I'll set you guys up so that you've got a bit of a view, and we'll show you the sunset, mate. It's nice to see a WA sunset on the east coast. Nice to see a few more of them as well. Well, we might see a few more while we're here. Look at that. All right. Well, it's our last day here on the west coast, and we've had some pretty average days, to be honest. The winds have been up, and hasn't been very good for fishing or swimming or anything. There's been a massive amount of weed that's all blown in, and we had a massive rain bomb come through last night in the very early hours, and tried to get a bit of footage. So if we do, I'll roll it over the top here. It was loud, like it woke us, both Jackie and myself, up, and Jackie's still sleeping now because it was yeah, very, very intense. But mate, after the storm last night, it has absolutely glassed off this morning. So definitely going to get out and try and have a bit of a fish and enjoy it. But this is what I thought the west coast would be. Glassy conditions, and it hasn't been that for our 3 days, and we got one more today and it's turning it on. So well mate, no success this morning. Got a little sand whiting, some little bottom feeding fish, tiny thing, and the smallest flathead I've ever caught. So, but a little bit less weed around this morning, still quite a fair bit. Enjoying it still. It's nice to have a day where there's a bit less wind and water's a bit more calm. So alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, so still no fish mate, but it's alright. We've got to do a couple of jobs before tonight, because we're leaving the west coast of Fraser in the morning. So one of the jobs we've got to do is we've got to transfer a whole lot of water back into the van. So we've got two 90-litre tanks in the van. We've just used one over the last 3 or 4 days. So in the back of the car here, we're carrying 3 25-litre water containers. So we've got to fill our tanks, but it's not the conventional fill points. If you have a look on our caravan, we don't have any water fill caps for the water tank. So what the way that our water tanks fill is we've got to have mains pressure, and where we would connect water to the van for mains pressure, which is at our tap fitting right here, that back feeds, and then we've got a tap here and here which opens for tank 1 and tank 2, or our front tank and our rear tank. So we've got to get mains pressure to be able to fill our water tanks. So what we've done, if we start to head back to the car, is I've made up just a little pump system, right, with 10 litres of food grade water hose, which all sits in this thing. So this is my water pump transfer system, and all it is we got I made sure I bought a really good quality water pump. So this is a Rule water pump. So Rule's the brand, and this is an 18 litres per minute pump. So there's some pumps out there which will be same 18 litres, but the big difference is most pumps are rated for intermittent duty or intermittent use, where these Rule ones are rated for continuous duty or continuous use. So they're a much better quality pump, and they should the impellers and everything should last a lot longer. They're a bit more expensive, but when we're relying on being able to transfer water when we're off grid, I want to have a good quality pump. So all we've done is we've got this first little section here. Pump's going to go in the water tank. Just got a nice big long lead, put on a SIG socket, and just cable tied a little bit of the cable up the hose so it can fit inside the tank like that. So we can see that going down to the bottom, and then I cut the hose into multiple different lengths for if I ever wanted to remove these from the car and just take them right next to the fill point on the van. We don't need a big long hose. I can just have this nice short hose and plug it in. But I'm then carrying a couple of other lengths of hose in the same bag, which total up to 10 meters, and then I can just clip them together. So if I need a little bit longer length to reach, we can just do that. So I'll extend all this out, and we'll be ready to show you how to turn it on and get it sorted, mate. Alright, so we're all connected. I actually did 3 lengths, and then on each length I wrote, so this particular length of hose here is a 4 meter length, 4M. I've got I think a 3 or a 4 meter as well, and then this section. So it's quite nice. We don't even have to take the water tanks out of the car and lug them around. We literally fill them in the car, empty them while they're in the car. So, alright, last thing we're going to do is, when we go to turn the pump on, we've got to make sure we've got a way for the air to get out of our line. So we're just going to open the tap for our rear tank, or tank 2, which is the one we've been using. So if we just open that one up, that will allow the air to flow out of here when we pressurize the pump, which will help to get it to prime. So we'll do that, and then it'll just be a matter of waiting just over a minute, and we'll empty our 25 litres, and then we'll turn the pump off and swap it over. So the way we power our pump is just via one of the jump starter battery packs. So we have got an iTech World one. This product has been good for us, unlike their lithium battery, which didn't last. So the good thing about any sort of jump pack like this is you can get SIG ports for them. So if this wasn't in the car and we had the container right next to the back of the van, I've got a portable power bank to run this pump. So all we'll do is we'll just turn this on. Alright, pump's on, and plug her in, mate. She should start. There we go. Just make sure that pump's down in the bottom corner, and then if we come down to the caravan, we should start to hopefully hear it glugging away as the air's coming out of the water tank. There we go. Alright, so it is glugging away. Hopefully you can hear that. You may not be able to, but it is glugging away. So we'll wait, mate, and it's just rinse and repeat for our other 2 25 litre containers, and then that's how we backfill our van. So if you have a caravan, or you're looking at buying one that doesn't have water tank fill points, you're going to have a solution like this if you want to be able to refill your water tanks off grid if you're carrying extra water like we do. So anyway, happy days, mate. We'll get this filled, and then this should be good for another 3 or 4 nights on Fraser Island before we get back to the mainland. So one more to go. Alright, mate, well, we're packing down, as you can see, and that sun's going down, and it's our last night here on the west coast. So that's where we're going to leave it. We've got to get up nice and early and get back to the east coast, but the east coast and all the beautiful lakes here at Fraser will be next episode. So stay tuned for that. What have I got to do to see that, Jackie?
Hit that like and subscribe button down below.
That's it, mate. Alright, we're going to enjoy the last of this sunset, and we'll see you next week, mate, when we do the east coast of Fraser. Alright, bye bye.